Hello. Welcome. Hello. Yes. And thank you. Right. Hello, Mr. W. Welcome. Yeah, it's so nice to have you back. Hello, Mr. Darbell U. Right. So, Ghostly Venture. Yes. Ghostly Venture is what is going to happen. Going to be made. So this is already on the right setting. So let's switch over to it. And Paradise, no jokes here. I saw that email, Paradise. What email do you mean? Not sure what email you mean. Right, so I've done quite a bit of work on mostly on the inventory system. So as you can see, it looks quite a bit different now. I'll just see what the sort of size looks like over here. Just about the vaccine. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's okay. I just thought it might be interesting for you to have a look at that. Because it's always good to think about things yourself. Yes. So thank you for confirming that you've got it. Ooh. Right, that is not really visible. Oh. Yes. Twitch says I've got 0 viewers. That is very correct there, very correct. Right, I think this is probably good enough for the size. Now let's just change the size of Sublime Text, of the text. Is this size good, do you think? Could you read this out? You can read it out yourself if you want to. It's an interesting article, but in my opinion, it and the website sounds a bit conspiracy theory-y. Well, the thing is, the questions are valid, aren't they? I mean, they're just questions. There's nothing bad about asking questions. Or good? Not, neither am I. No. Okay. Size is alright. Okay. Oh boy, joyous code. Code! Yes, so the code size is okay, right? Just to make sure. Yes, they are, but especially the final line. Yeah, but not necessarily a bad thing. Right, so let's get to this. So I've done quite a bit of work on how the items are handled in this. So, for one thing, I've added matchsticks. Yes, the size is fine. Good, great. So I've added a description box over here for the individual items and count, so that, for example, if you have a box of matchsticks, then that contains several items, the matches. So I've made a number for that, and they also each have their individual weight. Now with matchstick, it's probably not gonna change that much, but with some other things, it might change quite a lot. So, yes, for example, if you have a thing, maybe coal, yeah, or charcoal, if that becomes a mechanic, maybe, then if you have a sack of charcoal, then how full that sack is will matter. So I've already implemented the system, and I have chosen matchsticks for a very specific purpose. So basically, it keeps track of how many items are in that item, and the weight of each of those items. What it also does is it saves. Sure, let's do it like this. Hopefully, it won't crash. So it saves it like this. So this is the item list from before, and then here are the current items tags. So these numbers, these lines, correspond to the items. So the first item in the list is of type 0001, and that has a current item stack of 9. If it has an item stack of 0, that means it just doesn't contain any items. So so the 0000 is the key, which of course doesn't contain any items, so it has a current item stack of 0. So it does save that, and it loads it. That's one thing. Let me just read chat. Code, glorious code. I know that thing. It's food, isn't it? Maybe something else. We're off on a ghostly venture. Yes, we are. What do the matchsticks do? At the moment, they don't do anything. I'll get to that in a second. A few seconds. Sack of coal to get a light. I don't know how you would get a light using a sack of coal. The matchsticks. Surely a torch would be more useful and bigger. Yes, but torches, at least before the modern era, used to burn things. I think things like animal fats and bitumen, as far as I remember, which actually creates a lot of smoke, a lot of stinking smoke, which is why actually candles were used more than torches in pre-electrical and gaslight times. Maybe to light the torch. Actually, a torch, as in a flaming one, is basically a big matchstick. Well, yep, food from Oliver Twist musical. Yes. Shadows, the one I was referring to was Mud, glorious mud. Oh, right. I don't know, the hippopotamus song. Oh, no. Set the coal on fire, maybe? Well, maybe if I implement steam locomotives. Oh, right, I haven't done the Trello roadmap thing yet. I still need to look into that. Haven't seen the Oliver Twist one. What? So, better not take torches in the caves and corridors. Definitely. Yeah. That is a trope which is propagated by role-playing games where you can take a torch into caves and things, but just creates so much smoke. It's not a good idea, basically, in real life. At least not with those kind of torches. Skyrim has been lying to me. Yes, it has. Do it! Shadows, merge it with Prototype 01. No. Right, so, next thing is, if I play the game, yeah, this is good. I'm running it at a bit of a stretched resolution at the moment in the editor so that the text is a bit bigger. So you can see, pick up key, pick it up. Now if I go into the inventory, you can see I've changed the background a bit. And since I loaded a save game automatically where I already had a key on the matchsticks, and I've just picked up another key, I have 2 keys and the matchsticks. Now, if I left click on one of these items, you can see a little, what's this called? The menu, what's it called? Context menu comes up, and you can either equip the item, inspect it, or drop the item. If you move the cursor off of it, it disappears. May need to change the scale of the disappearing. Yeah. So with the key, I haven't done this yet. But if yes, I have done this, but not the following thing. So on matchsticks, if I left click, if I go equip, it has actually assigned it to be equipped. It just doesn't do anything yet. If I go, drop doesn't do anything yet. I haven't done anything with that yet. If I go to inspect, it shows me the inspection box with a description up here. I'll just zoom in a bit for you. So a small card box containing 9 matchsticks. Very useful for starting a fire. You reckon this weighs about 14.5 grams. That is just a complete guess. That is not accurate yet. I will at some point soon need to find a way of getting accurate weights for these things. Preferably, it would of course be great if I could just weigh it myself, but I don't have all of the items that I can, that I will need to put in. Apparently. So, unless you plan to tease us, how does this game link in with the others in the Shadows timeline? Oh, yes. Well, I do plan to tease you, but I'll give you a little tease, because if I didn't tell you anything, it wouldn't be a tease, it'd just be boring. So, This has something to do with the portal that you can find in Living Art. The gateway. It's connected to that in some way. Also with some other things, but mainly that. The lighting! Yes, I do like it. Ooh, this is great. Drop down. It looks so good already and so professional. Thank you. I've barely done anything yet. Are you going to put images to match the inventory? Of course I will. Of course I will. Just don't have any of them yet. I will make them myself. Ooh, love it. About 14.5. Yeah. Having the decimal and about in it is nice. Yeah, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about aerodynamics, like for example with supersonic flight, then having a decimal point there, that is definitely still about with only one number after the decimal point. But yes, I get what you mean. Again, I'm trying to read the chat a bit quickly so I can actually get something done. I like the casualness of Reckon. Makes it feel more realistic, surreal, and less like a video game. Thank you. That's what I'm going for. Shadys, you don't have a lava shard IRL? Sadly, I don't. Oh, well, I do have cooled down ones, so stones, but yeah. I know that the weight of them doesn't actually change, so actually that would be a correct weight, but yes. Unforgivable, isn't it? Maybe. I do plan to tease you, but I'll give you a little tease. Oh, yes! Ooh, wait, maybe not. So the entity probably comes into it. Oh yeah, sorry. Spoiler alert! No, it's fine, it's fine. As long as you don't spoil how to get it. Maybe. Right, so this is actually quite interesting, because this text, if you look over here, is actually this text. So I've got the text here, and then I've put in a keyword, which I use the little, the chevrons to denote that. So I've put in here the keys. I've got count and wait. The way this works is if I go into the code, here, you can see it searches for count and then replaces it with the actual value, and with wait, it replaces the word wait with the chevrons with the item's weight plus the number of items it contains times their weight modifier to get to the actual weight of the item, which in this case is 14.5. Because each matchstick I've chosen weighs half a gram. I have no idea if that's accurate or not. Again. Oops, sorry. Just accidentally swallowed some, or breathed in a little bit of spit there. What is that? Link. What is that link? A truck? Oh, the beacon. Right, the spoiler alert, I see. I'm looking for a emotion for Twitch. Oh, there you go. That would be nice. Right, so now let's get to it. Let's get to it, indeed. What is the next thing I need to do? Well, I do want to work more on... Oh, right, that's a thing I haven't shown you. Actually, yes, I didn't get back to the matchsticks. So let's do that quickly. I'll actually go into 16:9 to make this as big as possible. So, yes. So you can see over here, Mr. W, the last stream, I did some work on the tree. I made some of the big branches, and I made sort of a test forest that can spawn. So you can see what this looks like. I think it turned out pretty well. Pretty good, I mean. Yeah, especially like the roots down here and the shadow of it as well. Yes. Which is... I mean, this already looks quite good. I'm going to do another level of branches, 3D branches. The rest I'm going to probably have as 2D images for some of the finer branches. Maybe I'll animate them, I don't know yet. And there is actually another thing I wanted to show you before we get going. I'm not sure where it is because it spawns at a random location. And it's not that easy to spot, which is by design. Tell you what, I'm just going to show you in the editor. It's going to be quicker. Need to go out of this mode. There we go. The gate. Where is it? Wait a minute. Alright, so I need to go... which way do I need to go? I need to go along the right edge and a bit inward. It's basically in the middle of the forest. That's over on the right edge and inward. So which way is the right edge? It's this way and over there. It's just over there in that little forest over there. I'll be there in a second. I'll quickly recheck while I'm going there. Could have used the slider and left it at 1080 70 1280 70 20 720 sorry 1280 720. I could have. Yes. Do you not have a list? You seem like the person who would have a list for things like that. Well, I am the kind of human being, the kind of man who would keep lists for certain things, but for other things, no. If I've got it in my head that I'm not going to use a list. And here we are. Wow, even without textures, it looks so creepy. Thank you. Affirmative. Even without the labyrinth, this looks so good. Thank you. Wait, labyrinth? Ah, yes, the classic tip of jumping whilst running to go faster. It doesn't actually go faster here. It just makes it feel like I'm going faster. I thought it was planned to be a labyrinth game. Part of it, yes. Part of it, no. Yeah. In most games made with the Source engine, running backwards, crouching, and jumping made you go insanely fast. XD. Person. The kind of person. Yeah, I thought you meant that. Yeah. I am the kind of human being who does sometimes keep lists. Right, so the thing I want to show you is just over here, which is what I am going to use to replace the exit gates. You can see these here. These are braziers. I think that's how you pronounce it. Braziers? Something like that. The Allegro automobile was more aerodynamic going backwards. Oh, yep. Never heard of that. Oh, yes. So this is why I've chosen to implement matchsticks first, or matches first. Which is basically to go to the next level. I'm going to, at the moment, that's the plan at least. To go to the next level, you'll need to make a portal appear here in the middle of all of these. And to do that, you need to light them. So if you light all of them, you need to go over there, light each one. Yes. And then to change which kind of level you go to, like what stage you go to next, is going to be determined by which items you burn in the flames. So you make the flames, the portal appears, and then you can burn things like maybe acorns or things like this to go to another forest level, like this is. Or to maybe change the likelihood of you going to some different stages. I haven't implemented those things yet, but the models are here. They have colliders, and I think it looks quite creepy. So, yes, that's good. Also, they spawn at a random point on the map, so you won't be able to exactly know where they are each time. So, which is gonna open up more potential gameplay mechanics. And they also align themselves to the ground. So they can spawn on a hill without floating halfway. So if the hill goes like this, they're not going to intersect like this, but they're actually going to basically align themselves to where the train is. Yes. So now I think we can actually get going. Once I've quickly read chat again. Looks very cool. Kinda cultish, but kinda cute too. If that's the right word. Maybe quaint? Maybe. This? What is that? That. Don't know if that's that. Can't wait to see the portal. Yeah, me neither. Same. I only heard it in passing. Alright. Oh, this is genius. Well, thank you. You're a genius. I can seriously see you being the next big boy in indie games. Well, I actually hope that I stay thin. I know what you mean. Yeah. It would be good. Will there also be a compass minimap? There will be a handheld map, but it's actually going to be like a real map. You're not going to see where you are on it, but maybe landmarks are going to be marked on it when you reach them. XD. Yeah. Or big man then. Yeah. Compass, probably not. I'm probably going to use the moon for navigation because the moon is in a very specific direction, so I'm not going to need a compass really. That'd be nice. Yes, it will be. Now. But I'm only going to get to that when I actually get to some more stuff. Right. I can just imagine you being at Comic-Con. Oh yeah. That would be nice. I would enjoy that, I think. Right. 22 minutes in. What is the next thing I need to do? Alright, get started on working the game. Right, so I need to figure out what I want to do next, actually. Well, okay, let's do this. Let's make it so that you can actually light the braziers. I think it's pronounced brazier. Yeah, brazier. The braziers. Okay, everyone. So everyone quiet. Let him work. Maybe you could have a spherical compass which is a needle pointing to the moon. I mean, that would only really be useful if you're underground and you need to know which way you're facing, but that's probably not going to be a case. A steampunkish device with ornate pipes and stuff, and a glass casing. Is quiet. Okay. Right, so let's make it so you can actually light the braziers. So, have I given them a tag yet? Let's see, gate, braziers, no, they do not have tags. Where is it? There we go. And tag, actually layer probably. No, tag is better. Add tag. I don't need the tag of key anymore. So, well, actually I might as well leave it in for now. So let's do... Okay, let's do this. Interactable. There we go. It's interactable. Interactable item. I've already created the class. That's good. Actually, no, I don't need the tag because I can just see if it has the interactable script attached, which means that I don't actually need the tag. So I'm going to remove the tag again. Right. They don't have the script yet. Let's apply that to it. Interactable item, or interactable item interactable. That's what it was. That is correct, right? I haven't used that anywhere else, have I? I don't think so. So where is it? Mist controller. We don't need these ones. Interactable item. There we go. I can delete these ones. I don't need them at the moment. Not delete them. Close them. Sorry. Right. So it would look kind of good. Could you zoom in a bit? The thing is, with Unity, I can't make the size of the user interface bigger. I would need to change the desktop's resolution that it's running at, but that could mess with all sorts of window sizes. I don't want to do that. On here, I can make the scale bigger so you can see the text better. And if I want to show you a particular thing, I can zoom in to the editor. But yeah, color test, nice, works. Yes, it does. It won't work on stream. Yeah, it won't work. If you see it as white, but the color test text was actually the same yellowy orange that Kangafango's username is. Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Okay. So we've got the class. Now, what do we need? We need different types of interactable items. So let's do an enum. So public enum types. There we go. I know, very, very creative. So types. Let's do brazier. Okay, I'm just going to quickly look up if that's how you actually pronounce it. Brazier. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it as I enumerator. Not exactly, but ish. Right. Now I need to have a variable of types, actually a public variable of types, which is going to be the type of object. So now with this, if I go over here, once it saves, there we go. I now have a drop down where I can select which type of interactable item it is, which at the moment is only the brazier. By the way, if I am mispronouncing that, please let me know and I will correct myself. Ish. He gave an ish. Of course I do. I give issues all the time. Sometimes people mishear me and think I give wishes all the time. It's a very disappointing situation. Right, so now that I have this, I need to make it so that the player can interact with it. Right, so we have the currently equipped item. We store it in this variable called equipped item. Very creative, I know. What? You give fishes all the time? Not that I'm aware of. Right, so over here. If the tag is real item, then we do the thing where it shows the text, and then we can pick up the item. Now, if this is not the case, actually, I'll do it like this. Else if actually, yeah, that was correct. Else if. So if this is not the case, and if this is the case, then we'll do this. So if it's not tag real item, then we need to check if it has a an item interactable script. So if hit.transform, actually no, it should maybe just, actually no, hit.transform dot game object dot get component item interactable, like that. Interactable, yes. So if it has an interactable tag, then we need to check what kind of item it is. So if, actually let's just store that in a variable, it'll be quicker. So then we'll only need to get it once. So we got a new variable, we need to make a new variable of type item interactable called item interactable, lowercase I this time. And that is going to be equal to basically this up here. So then we're going to get a reference to this script in here. Okay, then we need to access it. Actually, I can make this a bit bigger. Just realized. I can do it to about, actually I can do it to about here. Oh, that's much better. Yes, so if item interactable dot type, which is this variable right here, is equal to item interactable dot types dot Braiser, which is this here. Then we're going to do the things in here. Right. So, okay, we're looking at something. It has not got the real item tag, which means you can't pick it up. And that, okay, then we check, does it have the item interactable component? Yes, it does. Okay, what type of item is it? It is type Braiser. So what do we do? Well, we need to check if we have the correct item equipped, which is going to be the matchsticks. So if inventory dot what did I call it? Equipped item is equal to Actually, I've already got. Oh, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Here in the save controller. Yes. So in the save controller, I've already got a list of all the items in the game in here. So this is item 0, item 1, and so forth. So so this is going to be a list of all the items in the game. I'm not going, because it needs to reference them when it's loading the game. So I can just reference this script and reference the index of the item here. So I won't need to make the list again. So if I just go in here to the play script, if it is equal to, so if the currently equipped item is equal to the, oh, we don't have a reference to that. Oh, well, that's interesting. So where is it? Here we go. Okay. Save controller. Save controller. By the way, the first word here is the type of variable. This is the name of the variable. We need to assign to something. So save controller is equal to get component save controller, which we can do since actually no, we can't do that because the player script isn't on there. So we need to get component of type. Get component of type searches for the for this component on all the game objects in the scene and puts in the first one it finds. Get component looks for this component on the object that this script is running on. It will make more sense once you get a bit more used to how coding in Unity works. Yes, so save controller, we've got save controller now. So if equipped item, if inventory.equipped item is equal to save controller dot, what do I call it? All items, I think. All items, yes, all items. Index of 1, because if you look in here, the matchsticks are element 1. Index 0, because it's computer language, so it starts at 0. 1 second. So it starts at 0. So in the first index is in element 0, the next one is element 1. So if I look for index 1, I will get the matchsticks. So this is basically, oh, that's, oh, right, of course. I need to do GameObject.getComponent, GameObject.getComponent. That should fix the error, if I typed it correctly. I did type it correctly. Oh, of course, it's find object of type, not get component of type. Yes, that was a mistake. Types is the type for expression. I may need to try and change the name of this thing because I think types may already be taken, like from the system. So if I do object types instead, that might be better. So if I go down here and then do this, no, it didn't change anything. Can't reference a type through an expression. Try. Oh, what did I do? Oh! Wait. Huh, right. Oh, of course, because it's... Of course, yeah, this is actually a type. It's inherent to the script itself, not to the instance. So I can't access it through the instance. I have to access it through the script itself. That should fix the error. And it did, great. So now let me just quickly rechat, otherwise it'll take ages. Or did I mishear that? Yeah. By the way, how is everyone tonight? I'm good, thank you, I'm good. Yeah, good, thanks. Nice, I wonder if we'll get to see you model the acorn on stream. Maybe. Yeah, any ideas on burnable items? Some of them. For forest, I want things like maybe acorns, dry leaves, chestnuts, that sort of thing, maybe roots, things like that. Maybe moss, How about the dust of bramblethorn? Maybe. That wasn't a reference. Okay. Sounds awesome though. It does, yes, thanks. No, you're welcome. Sounds like a Dark Souls or Bloodborne item. Oh, yep. Like in Bloodborne there's cold blood dew. Alright, yeah, I can see the resemblance now. Be right back. Okay. Alright. Oh, of course. Serious catchphrase. Yeah. Right, so now let's make it so it displays the text. Right. So, we need to make this true. So it enables the object, and the text should be E2 back. Hello, welcome back. A light? No, not a light. A light means get off of it. No. Set ablaze. No. Maybe just light. Light brazier. There we go. Actually, maybe I'll do it something a bit more descriptive, like light portal brazier. Right, so now this should theoretically work, which means it probably won't, but it might. Where did it spawn? Actually, I'll move the player to it. It'll be quicker this way. So where is it? Gate is there. So if I move the player over to here, and there we go. Oh, and this demonstrates it, how they are on a bit of a hill. Let's if we go up to it. It does not work. Told you it probably wouldn't. Right, so what have I done wrong? E set a fire. Hey, Shadice. It'll probably be a while till you see this, but for this level, I recommend looking up a level in the video game Dark Souls 2 called Things Betwixt, the first level in the game. The same one with, no joke, gender swap coffin. Sounds, well, I'll make a note of it, and I'll have a look at it. Even though I already have quite a strong picture of what I want this to look like. Okay. So why does this not work? Right. Yes. Let's see. Oh, I've got 2 instances of this open. That's never a good idea. Right. This is the correct version, right? Right. So, it's not that tag. Ah, I see. It's probably because of the mask. And by that I mean the layer mask. Where is it? Player. We've only got... Actually, we've got default. What layers are these on? No, they are on default. Okay. Oh, I see why. It's probably because the collider is not on the same object that the script is on. That is interesting. Okay, I'll try to put the script on the object with the collider and see if that works. So copy the component, remove it here, open it here, and put it in here. Now that automatically applied everywhere because it's a prefab, that's what they do. It's really very useful. And now I need to put the player over to where the portal is again. Where is it? Gate. Oh, it's just there. That's okay. Right. There we go. Now, does it work? No, does not work. Has it actually changed it though on these ones? Yes, it has. Okay, I'll need to debug it a bit. So, let's put a print statement in here to see if it reaches this point in the code. Print Harani Lee. Why not? Now, if I look at it, does it? Oh, it does print it. You probably can't see it. In the very bottom of the screen, right there. My face cam's probably now in the way. Actually, I can show you over here. You can see it prints it over here. So that does work. So the code reaches this point, which means it recognizes it as having this item. Now, oh, of course, it's probably not a bug. We don't have the matchsticks equipped. You know, I explained it to you. The text is big enough for you to read it. You really could have told me about this. Would have saved us a lot of time. I'll quickly read chat while you're responding to this, what I've just said. Not something you'd see every day. You said that if your character dies, that another one comes in and you can meet them. In that case, can you name your character? Yes, you will be able to name your character. At least that's the plan. Kung Fango, I think the phrase is only in Dark Souls. It's not even accessible from the start. You have to fight off a quite powerful enemy to do it, and I had to look up to see what I did as I couldn't. I see. Look up. I had to look it. Oh, I had to look it up. That makes more sense. Couldn't see the character under the armor. Oh, I see. That sounds like a lot of armor. Yeah, it does. What I want to know is what in Devil's name happens if the coffin to swap the gender. Probably a lot of knives and hopefully aesthetics, if modern gender swaps are anything to go by. I mean aesthetic gender swaps, because the actual role in reproduction doesn't get changed. It's just the appearance. Yes. Nah, just face covering. Oh, and the body, but I couldn't tell the difference. I see. So with those characters, you can't tell the difference between head and body. Have you made a visual representation of the fire of the brazier? No, I haven't. I have not. I could just about make out a tiny white blob. Yes. Not with armor, I don't think. Equip 'em. I didn't see, sorry. I just told you. Oh dear. In the inventory. Yes. And create them. XD it. And will you even be playing as a human? In this game, yes. It's not even a normal place. The coffin is laid out like a canoe on a shore. Well, I mean, yeah. Create your character. Create your character like looks and stuff. Probably not. Probably not. But seeing as how you be able to find them again, maybe. I don't know yet. It is still very, very far in the future of that, and I can't decide on that yet. So now, with the knowledge we've gathered, let's try equipping the matchsticks. Oh, right. Oh, error. Why error? 31. Miscontrol line 31. Where is... Oh, right. Yeah, sometimes when you exit... Sometimes when you go back into play mode and go into paused mode and then that sort of thing, it can sometimes mess up the scripts a bit and variables that they hold. So yeah, that is something to be wary of. Right, so here we are, back by the gate stones. Inventory, matchsticks, equip. Now does it work? It works! See, the text pops up. Light portal brazier. Yeah, so you see, this works. And if we equip the key, for example, you can see the text disappears. Great. Although I did just notice something, which is the text only disappeared when we looked away from it, which I'll need to fix. So if I go into the player script, if I go into here, so actually that's an important thing. We could make it so that the text appears in this case as well, just to give the player a little bit of a hint. So if we're looking at the brazier, or one of the braziers, then, and we don't have the matchsticks in our hand, well, let's give a little bit of text for that. So need matchsticks to light. Need matchsticks to light. That's right. That's the correct spelling, right? Matchsticks. I think, yeah, it looks weird for some reason. Probably because I'm seeing it so huge at the moment. Because for me, this is much larger than for you, probably, because I've got a bigger screen. Probably, again, maybe not. Maybe you've got a bigger screen, and for you, it's even larger than for me. Maybe just gender and t-shirt color? Don't know. Will you get the items also appearing in your hands? Probably. Invalid item. It's right. Invalid item, no, because I want to give a bit of a clue. Because this is a very important thing to master when you're making video games, or really any sort of experience, interactive experience. And I don't know if you can ever master it, and that is to give hints. So without being hand-holdy, because if I walk up to here, you can see need matchsticks to light. It says, yeah. Because the thing is, if it just said invalid item, or nothing, if it just said nothing, if you don't have the item equipped, then the player could come across this and say, ooh, this is interesting. What is this? I have no idea what this is. Looks a bit culty and cute. They'd walk in, have a look at them, then they'd walk away without ever knowing what they're supposed to do with it. Now, of course, with some secret things, like, for example, secret doors or something like that, I will probably not have a text that appears if you don't already have the item equipped. But for things like this, that are vital for gameplay, it's better, like this, so the player comes up to it, then looks in and says, oh, need matchsticks to light. So then they know, oh, so I'm supposed to light these. Oh, this is where fire goes. Oh, so I'm supposed to light all of these, probably. Yeah? And then they've already got a clue. They already know what they're supposed to be doing without me having to hand-hold them. That much, at least. Right, so need matchsticks to light. Now if I equip them, equip, light portal brazier. Okay. Right, so good. If it said invalid item, they'd think they would be important later on. Yeah. Well, if it just said invalid item, I mean, if I put myself in the player's position, in their shoes, as it were, then first of all, I hope that they have clean feet, and secondly, if it said invalid item, then I'd think either, oh, invalid, I've made a mistake, I'm supposed to have something else, and then even though it's kind of true, they are supposed to have something else to do this, the thing is, it's not going to give them anything further. It just says, oh, there is an item that you can use with this somewhere. But it could be anything. If it says that you need matchsticks to light it, then you know, okay, you know what item you're looking for. Maybe you already have it. And secondly, you know what the thing is even for, roughly. Works like a charm. XD, clean feet. Yes. I mean, wouldn't you if you used someone else's shoes? Right. So, okay. Next thing to do is, yeah, good. Next thing to do is we need to check whether the player actually presses E when they are looking at it. So I can just put this text in here, this code. If input get down keycode.e, then we need to, well, for one thing, we need to subtract a match from the stack of matches that we have. So if you remember, over here, you can see we've got matches here, and that has a stack of 9 items within it. So we need to subtract one of those, and if we've only got one left, we need to subtract the item. Yes. So if the player presses E while looking at it and they have matches, then we need to go to... Actually, how would I do that? How would I do that? Because this just sets the item to the kind of item that we need. We need an index. Yeah, we need an index for the item that's currently equipped. So equipped item, we need public int equipped item index. That should work. Right, so then when we actually equip the item, actually, what is the selected item? Where does it come from? Right, here we go. Click inventory item. So what kind of script do we have on the actual button for the inventory item? Oh, right, we've got inventory item button. Right, okay, that makes sense. Right, so we need to pass it through there. Okay, so let's do it the other way around. Which means I need to open the script up again. So here we go. So we need to have the item. So this script runs on the button in the inventory. So the items in the inventory are currently being added in the order that they're in the list, in the save game. So it adds one of them, the first one gets added first, the second one second, which means we need to save that index, which item it is, so that when we click on the button to equip that item, we know which item exactly we're using. So if we've, for example, if we've got a matchbox with 1 match in it and another one with 10 in it, then the player will probably want to use the one with 1 in it first to get rid of the extra weight of the box. Which means that we need to make sure to actually use that specific item and not any item of that type, which means we need to keep track of the index, which is what I'll do after I've read chat. Sure is. Alright, if it makes sense for the character to know what they're supposed to do with the razors, then yes. It's not really... The thing is, even though that is true, it is kind of unrealistic to give the player character information about things to do that they wouldn't know. However, this is a game, and I'm giving the information to the player. So some little things that don't really make that much sense, like for example, if you walk up to... okay, I don't know. Maybe in some cases like that, I will change it to be more abstract, like maybe, I need a mechanical item for this, or something like that. But in this case, it's quite clear that you need to light it, so yeah. But you've got a point. If we press E on it with the matchbox equipped, subtract a sub-object, the match, and set active an empty game object containing the portal, its cylindrical trigger collider, and its particle systems, right? Something similar to that, but you need to make sure you've lit all of the bracers. What would happen... What would happen if you'd hit E on the bracers with a sack that's full of a bunch of things, including a matchbox with matches in there? That's not going to be possible, probably. If you have a sack, then it... Oh, I thought I'd banned him. That's strange. Why is it still... Is it still... Oh, apparently it is banned. For me, it still shows it. That's interesting. Oh yeah, probably because I've got the, what are they called? The timestamps on. That's probably why the message is still here for me. Anyway, yeah, so if you've got certain amount of items, so for example, coal, it would probably be a sack of coal. You wouldn't really be able to put things in the sack and then do that, because that is just a whole nother dimension of inventory management, which I don't want to program. I don't think it's necessary. Alright, thanks for giving me a point. Ban. Oh, hush. Thanks. Kangfango 1. Yes. No, actually, you've got more points before. No, it's fine. Good. So, we need int. Let's do index. Right, so when we actually create the buttons for the inventory screen here, the actual buttons that appear, we need to set the index of it to the index that we're currently at. So t is just a variable that contains the button. So t.getComponent inventory item button dot index is equal to I. That should work because I cycle through the items. So this should return the index that it has in the inventory. Ooh, more points. Yes. Right, which means that where is it? Where is it? That's let's see, maybe it's in here. Right, so if we click on a button, then we are setting the selected item to item. So we need to have another. All right, equipped index. All right, I've already got it. All right, I already made it. So equipped. Actually, no, not equipped, because it needs to be selected, not equipped, because you can select an item without equipping it. That's right. So where is it? Up here. So let's do int selected item index, and then down here, actually no, down here, we do selected item index is equal to what? Is equal to, let's see. Oh, right. Do we get item from? Where do we get item from? Oh, right. We pass it from here. Oh, that's fine. So we have item here. So actually, let's not pass it the item. Let's pass it the whole script. So inventory item button. So here we do inventory item button. Actually, no. This item button. So let's do item button dot item. Then here let's do item button dot index. And then over here we need to not pass the item itself, but just pass this. That should be fine. And this basically only refers to the script that it's currently in. And by this should be fine, I mean we're probably going to get a bunch of errors. Is this game also going to have ancient coins or tokens, which you'd need to insert in a slot for an ancient stone door to open up? Honestly, I don't know. Possibly. It seems interesting, so maybe, if it fits with the other game mechanics. Right, so now we have the index of the item in the inventory list of the button that we clicked on in the selected item index variable. Now when we click equip item, we set the item that we've equipped to this. Then we need to do equipped item index is equal to selected item index. So now we've got the index of the item that we have currently equipped, which is good, which means that in player right, when we press E, well, let's just do inventory dot, actually no, we need to do, actually do we? Yes, we do. Inventory dot current items, I believe it was called. Yes, current items, there we go. I'll just copy and paste it just to make sure I've not misspelled it. Current items and the index of which, so this is which item. Okay, so the current items list contains all of the items in the inventory. And we need to look up a specific index, which is the index of the specific item we've got equipped at the moment. So the index is going to be inventory dot, well, let's just copy it, it'll be faster. So it is going to be equipped item index, right? So in the list of all the items we currently have, we're going to choose the one that we've currently got equipped. And since we know it's matchsticks, we can just go to dot count, because now, because the current items list is of the type inventory item, we get access to all of these variables, including count, which is the number of uses / contained items, which is how many matchsticks we have in this case. So that means that in the player script, we're going to do inventory current items, inventory equipped item index dot count minus minus, and minus minus is just shorthand for x, so the variable equals to the variable minus 1. So basically subtract 1. Right. So let's see if this works. How would it test this? Interesting question. I'd need to go through the part. Oh, and we've put an error. Inventory item index is inaccessible. Oh, is it? Error 100 in inventory. Oh, the button. Oh, well, that makes sense. This actually needs to be public. This variable, so we can, off the button, so we can access it from a different script. And we don't have any errors, so I'll quickly read chat. Is this, alright, nice, thanks. I thought equals equals compared to values. Yes, it does. But minus minus subtracts 1. So it's just shorthand, basically. So actually 2 levels of shorthand. The actual mathematical way of writing this out would be, I'm just going to use variable a, for example. So a equals, and then in brackets, a minus 1. So you set the value of a to a minus 1. So it subtracts 1 from a, basically. The shorthand of that would be a minus equals 1. Yeah? So you don't have to repeat the name of the variable in that. You can just shorthand it to a minus equals 1. But the shorthand of that shorthand, which just goes to show you how often this is being used in programming, is just to do minus minus. So a minus minus. That just is essentially, like I said before, a minus equals 1, which is a equals a minus 1. Yeah, the same with plus plus, only inverted, as you might have guessed. Oh, right, minus minus, my mistake. It's fine, it's fine. That, thanks for the explanation. Oh, you're welcome. Still says we've got 0 viewers, by the way, which is quite interesting. So, the only way... Okay, well, let's just test it with a save file. So, let's actually do 10. Why not? 10 matches. Yes, we've got 10 matches. Actually, no, we can do it with... What am I thinking? We can do it from within. So here, in the inventory, if I go here to inspect, it tells us how many matches we have. A small card box containing 10 matches, 10 matchsticks, which actually updates real time. So if I go here into the save game, play inventory, if I go like maybe 20, put in 20, then if I load the game, it automatically loads the save game. And you can see a small card box containing 20 matchsticks, which is really good. I'm just going to set it back down to 80 because I prefer 80. Not 80, sorry, 10. I was thinking about 8, then I changed it. So, weird how it's explain, but with explanation, the I shifts position. Yes, 80 XD. No, please don't put 80 XDs. No, I'd have to end the stream. Right, so we've got 10 matchsticks. Weight is 15 grams. About. And by the way, if you're in here and you press I from this, so to exit the inventory, it automatically exits out of that as well. We've already got the key, that's fine. Now, I need to find the gate braziers. Yeah, I'm just gonna move the player. Right, so it's over here, and the player is in the center. That's good. So, player, you go over here. Right, so here we are. Now if I look at it, need matchsticks to light. Doesn't change anything now. I pressed E, still says 10 matchsticks. Now, if I do equip matchsticks, and now if I press E, I press it once. If I go in here, 9 matchsticks. There you go, it works. 9 matchsticks and 14.5 grams. So if I do it again, so I press E again, and then I go in here, see 14 grams. Then again, it should subtract another 0.5, which is 13.5 grams, so 7 matchsticks. And I'm actually going to run all the way over to one of the gates at the edge, which there should be one relatively close here. Over there, yes. Just to see if it actually saves it as well. So if I look here at the moment, you can see it says we've still got 10 matchsticks. Where is it? Over here. And then if I go in through here, it saved the game. Now, if I go in here, yes, 7 matchsticks. It saves, so it works. It works. A very rare occasion. Right, 20? Nah, we'll put it down to 80. Yes. It was funny. Haha, alright. Any idea how long this game will take to make in total? That depends on how much stuff I want to put in it. And how much time I get to work off stream on it. How much time I have. I honestly don't know. Probably a few months. Although, or is that an abbreviation? American Locomotive Subdivision Organization. There you go. American Locomotive Substantial Organization, even better. Lost in the woods again, are we? No? No? I know exactly where I am. In the woods. Left by accident then. Oh, right, makes sense. Would you really leave the matchsticks in there, though? Where? What do you mean? Leave the matchsticks in where? I have no idea what you mean by that. Anyway, a note on Living Art. The unlock everything cheat is just pressing O. I would seriously recommend you change that to a combination or cheat menu. Do you mean unlock everything or collect everything? Because the thing is, the cheats in that game are going to be either removed or changed for the actual release. So I might add like a text box, like a console where I can put in these commands, or I'll just remove them completely. You just have them because you have the playtest demo. Wouldn't you just light them, extinguish the matchstick, and take it with you again? No. You have clearly never used matches. Because the thing is, a matchstick has the flammable top. So you strike it, the heat that is caused by the friction makes the top burst into flames. That then very quickly is burned away, and the wood starts burning. If you extinguish the match, then you can't light it again. So you would need to light another match to then light the already partially used match, but then that match would also already be partially used, so there's really no point in keeping it once it's been lit already. So if you've lit a match, you would throw it away. If you really want, I could add an item which is called partially used matchstick, but that would just take up space in the inventory and make it more cluttered, which would not be a good thing. Unless there is a use for it. But at this time, no, I do not have a use for it. Youch. XD. I said also, yes, American Locomotive Substantial Organization. In the Braiser. Collect. Right, the collect. Yes, it collects everything. You're right. That will not be the the button for the final release. Don't worry. Good, because I had an issue with the cursor going away, and I just pressed every key to try to get it working. Huh, I say. XD, you have clearly never used matches. The burn, baby. True. Youch. Well, used matchstick. Yeah, and then you'd drop it out. Well, drop it or just leave it in the Braiser of the inventory. Shalace, you read it as although before. Oh, did I? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Thanks for reminding me. Not reminding me, telling me. Unless you give it a use, like selling it to a very specific vendor. Yeah, but if it makes sense, then maybe. I'm not ruling it out, but it's very unlikely. Burn, literally, because matchsticks. Yes. So now I want to implement it so that if you use up all of the matchsticks in the box, that it just removes the box. Because again, I don't have any use for the empty matchstick box at the moment. If I need a container for that, then yeah, I'll add it in, but not at the moment. So if we go into the player script, so we press E and we remove one from the matchstick count. After that, we need to check if we have more than 0 still left. If we have 0 left after subtracting 1, get rid of the item. So if inventory.current items, inventory.equipped item index as the index, dot count is larger than 0. Actually, no, let's do less than or equal to 0 after we've removed it. Then let's put it in a new line for 1. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it in 1 line. It's neater. Use less space. Right. If it's less than or equal to 0, we need to remove the item. So since it's a list, I can just remove the item, which is very interesting and useful. So then we just need to do inventory.current items.remove at, I believe it is. Remove at I, which is the index that we're currently... No, not I. Remove at inventory.equipped item index. And actually, I will break it down like this because it's too long otherwise. Let's just look up if this is actually the correct thing. So let's do C#, remove at. There we go. I know I'm using the Microsoft site, but C# and use the .NET library, which is Microsoft owned. So yeah, this is the Microsoft site. So yes, it is int, which list. So list.remove at in32 method. Yeah, it just uses the index. So it is exactly how I thought it would work. So yeah, it removes the item from the inventory. Do I need to do anything else other than that? Do I need to remove it anywhere else? I think no. I think no. But that is a very important test, which I'll do, and then we'll probably start modeling the tree. So far, you can see it oh, what's happened here? Do you see this? That's not what the text is supposed to look like. There we go, much better. Right, so you can see what it looks like. We've got two items, item 001, 0001, and item 0000, stacks 7 and 0. Then, I'll go in. Right, I'll do it. Okay, here, you can see, we've got 7 matchsticks. We've got both items in here. Now I'll pause, and then I'll... Oh, it's right over there, that's fine. I'll move the player over. That should be good. Right, here we are. We need to equip it. So equip, press E again. Got 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inspect, we've got 1 matchstick remaining. The weight 10.5 grams, because I've set the weight for the box 10 grams, as I said. So if I use this again, does it disappear from the inventory? E. It hasn't updated the text yet, but it has removed it from the list up here, which is good. For some reason it's still... Oh, right, because we've still got the item equipped. We need to clear the equipped item as well. Because at the moment, we don't have the item anymore, but we still have it in the equipped item, which means I need to clear that. Now, I'll find an exit gate, which the closest one is probably over there. And then I'll look at the save game, see if it removes the item from there as well. It should do, unless I've messed something up. Let me just read chat while I'm doing this. Actually, a bit more. I had a feeling that joke would be made. Then your feeling was correct. Yeah, I was probably thinking of candles. You're right, matches wouldn't really work like that. Speaking of candles, will there be candles in the game? Quite probably, yes. Remind me, what genre is this game? Presumably puzzle or something? Well, I would say roguelite, exploration, survival in quotation marks, level-based, light horror game, or light terror, because there's a difference between the two. Yes, that is what game this is. Probably. From what I've heard, I'd saw it in the first-person mystery aisle. Not quite, but yes. It's definitely gonna have mysteries. Add text. Oh, behave. Wow. Looks like very convincing alien text. It does. Schlaze, shouldn't it be listed as Matchbox in the inventory? Yes, you're right. It should be Matchbox. You're absolutely right. With the number of matches in brackets? Maybe. Can Matchbox... Well, if it's a square stick, so if it's not circular, but if it's got 4 sides around, then if you cut off the top so that each side is equally sized, then it is a box, it's a cube, so maybe. But yes, good joke. So Matchbox 10, I know what you mean, and that'll probably be what I'll do. Something like that. It depends on how much text I want on there when I've put the image on. I can't wait to see the fire animation. Yeah, me neither, and apparently Kango Fango neither as well. But we will have to. Very useful for lighting a fire. Yes. Is it? It is, isn't it? Candles, yay! Nice, yeah, nice. Light terror, wouldn't it be more of a dark terror? The moon's out. Well, yeah, I mean, why else do you think light terror? You can still see quite a bit in here. Oh geez, heh. No, but a tin can. Yeah. Is it that one? Booyah! Yeah, I know that one. Who doesn't? I just thought of that joke earlier today, strangely. Huh. Yes. So, at the moment, no matches. If we look in here, it says we've still got some. If we walk through the exit gate, look at it, and it works. You can see current item count 1. We've got only the key 0000. Current item stacks 0, since the key doesn't have a stack. Right. So now, to change this, the name of it, because I'm using scriptural objects, I can just change it up here. So, Matchbox. There you go. Now that I've got Matchbox, well, I don't have it anymore because I've saved after I've got rid of it, but I can add it again. So let's just do 0001, and let's give ourselves another, let's say 10 matches. So now, if I go in here, you can see we've got the matchbox, but we don't have the key, which is because I didn't update this, because we've now got 2 items in it. That makes sense, that makes sense. Oh, yes. There we go, matchbox. Click on it, inspect, 10 matchsticks. You can see it says matchbox. And that's why I'm using, yes, pointer island. Yeah, that's why I'm using scriptable objects, because you saw how easy it was to change the name of it. Literally, just one text field. Scriptable objects are such a powerful tool, but there aren't really many good tutorials for it, or at least not good tutorials that have examples for use for it. But it's such a great data storage device because of all the things that it does. Yes. So there we go. And by the way, if I wanted to add the count of it anywhere else, all I would need to do in the description is add this again. So for example, a small card box containing count matchsticks, values for lighting fire. Then if I wanted it to say it in here as well, I could just paste that in there, count. And if I go in, click on that, inspect, you can see it says it here as well. That is quite good. Yay, Matchbox. Do I smell a new Shadow Dice tutorial series coming on? No, I think you just smell the dust under the bed. If I did do a new tutorial series, it would probably be on Fantasy Grounds Unity, because it might be useful to do that if the roleplay group I'm running, which is a volunteer group for the Youth Trust, if we do switch over to Fantasy Grounds Unity, then having a tutorial series for it would be useful for them, so I don't need to explain everything at the table. I can just direct them to the tutorial series to watch offline, which would probably save time overall. Plus, it might get me some more people who then see all the other stuff on my channel. No, I'm nowhere near my bed. Actually, it just goes to show you how strongly the dust smells under your bed. Sorry to tell you. Shadows, so it will be a Unity one. Well, kind of. And I didn't say that it will be that. I said that it might be that. Right. So. Right. The thing. I need to clearing the equipped item after we've used it. So here, what I mean, I need the brackets. So we are removing the item from the inventory, and then we need to clear the equipped item. So inventory dot equipped item is equal to null, and null means nothing. Literally, it just clears the variable of any data. And then inventory dot equipped item index is equal to 0. So with this, basically, this fixes the issue, because what happened before was I was looking at the brazier and it said, okay, press E to light, okay, the brazier. And then I used up all of my matches, the matchbox disappeared, and the text was still there because it still thought, it still had the matches in the equipped item variable. So I just need to clear that as well when I remove the item, which I've done now. Whoa! Exactly. Right, so let's do some more work on the tree. That should be a treat. Right, where is it? Can I close anything? No, not really. I'm thinking because of performance reasons. So bear tree 1. XDDD. 11 out of 11 pun. Right. So here we go. This is the tree. A little bit laggy, Blender, because for some reason Blender 2.8 and onwards has been a bit laggy for me. Right. So, by the way, this is still LOD 0, so level of detail 0. Someone should really make a Shattered Dice pun compilation for every year. Oh. Well. I appoint you, Kangofango, the official Shattered Dice pun compilator. And I have tasked you with making an official Shattered Dice pun compilation every year of the puns, the official puns, from Shattered Dice for that year. You do not get a say on whether you accept this or not, because the paperwork has already gone through. Right, so, next branch. So, how many... I don't know. I don't need it there. Right. Oh, by the way, this is one thing I wanted to show you. An interesting thing. XD. Yeah. Right, I'm actually gonna put it up to this scale again. Right, so one thing is I'll quickly generate a map. You can see the forest and the way it looks at the moment. Actually, I'll turn on lighting for this. Actually, I'll turn it off. It's better this way. You can see how the forest looks unlit up here. Actually, I'll zoom in a bit. And then, if I look underneath, you can see the trees are actually this tall underneath the floor. You see that? It looks even more creepy like this, almost like a white gown. But the reason for that is basically for hills, so that if there's a very steep hill, the tree won't be floating because, yeah. Nice! You'll quickly germinate the map. Well, of course, I want trees, so I have to do that. How-I? Oh, how-I? Slovak Eagle, how did your stream go? Yo! Yes, yo. Right. Good. So, Slovak Eagle, I've done a lot of inventory work, basically. So now inventory items can have sub counts of the item, and it's saved and all that stuff. We're just starting to do some more work on the tree model. Hi-yo, yo, my stream went well. Got the trains and trams running all together now. Great, that is good news. Huh. On my screen there, it still says that there are 0 people watching. So yes, that is good. And by good I mean not good. Next stream, freight trains and mountain passes. Ooh, that sounds very interesting. Aw. Yeah, you know, Mr. W, you can watch Slovak Eagle's stream. He's streaming publicly on Twitch. Sounds exciting. Shall I maybe reload the page? There we go. Reloaded it. And there we go. 4 viewers. Hello, 4 viewers. Yes. Oh, by the way, here's a tip for you. If you've got timestamps on Twitch for the chat turned on, then if you reload the page, it doesn't get rid of the chat. So, at least I think that's it. I haven't tested it because the thing is, I had it disabled, and whenever I reloaded the page, the chat got lost. But then I enabled it, and now, if I reload the page, the chat's there. So now I can still read Mr. W saying, I know. I meant awe as in it looks like no one is watching your stream. Oh, that. I thought you meant awe as in mountain passes and freight trains, but yeah. There we go. And I know I can watch Slovak stream. Yeah. Alright, good. Here we go. So we've got the... Actually, that's wrong. Where's it? Cursor to selected. Does sound quite quaint. It sounds very interesting to me. Right, so how many do we want? 8? 8 sounds like a good number. Maybe 6. 6 is better. Right, so this is going to be one of the little branches that goes off of one of the branches. So let's just rotate it this way and just start extruding it. Is that a good size, sort of? I think that's probably a good size. And yeah, with the subsurf modifier, it looks better. Right, so I need to make sure. Actually, is it? Oh, well, that's strange. Oh, right, because of the... Yes, the subsurf. I see. So for the subdivision surface, I'm actually going to enable it for edit mode as well. So I can see whether the things are actually in the correct positions. Right. Actually, for that one only. I'll go pass through it afterwards. Not this one. This one. Flip. Flip normals. And yes. Now it's just a matter of putting in more branches, really. I'll do a couple of different ones. Hey, maybe I can even put in a branching one. Haha. Now, oh, is this... Oh, right, of course. It's got the wrong thing. I need to flip the normals again. Right. And it's not inside of it because of the subdivision surface modifier. Oh, I guess, well, kind of. Well, tell you what, I'll do it now. It'll save time later. There we go. And I need to change a bit. I need to change it a bit from the side as well. Something like this. Ah, yes, something like this, definitely. Also, about before, on your stream, I've actually modeled a fictional American truck that had the bed in the hood with windows. Was supposed to be as part of the AI traffic in a taxi driving game, but yeah, I think I've modeled that in 2018, yeah, pretty sure. Yes, pun alert. Oh no! XD. I'll share a pic of it later. Probably on VIP voice and shared as Discord. Alright. KK. Alright. Alright, KKK. Alright. No. Unu. Oh no. Unu. Yeah. Right. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So I'll actually, instead of making the entire branch from scratch, I'll just duplicate this one, because this one's actually still straight, which is quite beneficial. Actually, can I... oh, that's an interesting thing. Can I enable the keys? so that you can see what keys I'm pressing. Maybe it's in viewport. Not sure where it is. Visual keying. No, there's keyframes. It's animation. Add-ons, maybe? Key. Assign key shapes. Correct key shapes. Is key free. Straight skeleton. Inset straight skeleton. Nope. Maybe it's an option in OBS. No, I meant in Blender. I know what you mean, but no. Window? Oh no, these are all different things. This is not what I'm looking for. System, maybe. Nope. Okay. Tell you what, I'm very, very quickly going to... Actually, it might be in here. Okay, I'm just going to take 2 minutes to see if I can find out how that works, which is good because that's going to be much, much, much better. So, Blender 2.8, show keystrokes. Show key presses. Here we go. Oh, screencast keys. Right, it's no longer distributed with it. I need to import enable it, turn it on, 3D view, properties, region, N, screencast keys. Oh, I see. Oh, well, that might be good. Where is it? Preferences, add-ons, screen. Huh. Oh, maybe I need to download it from a third-party site. Oh, in that case, I won't do it. In that case, I will not do it. I'll just quickly see. I don't need to use this unless you're... let's see what it's saying. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, can't show you. I'd need to install it manually. It's a Python script I'd need to install manually, which I'm not going to do now because that would be ridiculous. So here we go. XD, maybe it's an option OBS. I doubt it. Maybe though. I don't know. I won't look it up at the moment. Right, so this one I want to curve up a bit. So I'm going to look at it from this side and then make it curve. I need to do this and make sure that it's still aligned. That should work quite well. And it does, I think. Actually, let's look at it in Unity. Smooth shading. It would be more work, but maybe make some subtle differences to a few trees. I am going to have different types of trees, which is why this one is called Bear Tree 1. Yes. they aren't all going to be the same tree. Here we go. And there are some differences that are going to be made when I put them in Unity, namely the size and rotation, which isn't a difference in the model itself, but it's just if it's scaled up or down a bit. For example, this tree right here that I'm looking at in the center of the screen, this one is much shorter than the one over here. This one's much taller. And they don't have the branches. Why don't they have the branches? Oh wait, did I replace the wrong thing? Ah, right, I didn't keep the right name. Export it again, please, and this one with the correct name. This time with the correct name. FBX export. Will there also be a version of this exact tree that isn't bare? I don't think so. FBX. It was FBX, it just wasn't the right name, but you're right. FBX, I should have put it in the title. Now it should have worked. And it has. Yeah, you can see how much these little branches add. If you imagine all of the big branches to have these little ones, the tree is going to look much more realistic. Maybe a little less creepy, but still much more realistic. Well, still creepy enough, I'd say. How different are the levels going to be to each other? Wasn't even thinking of the title, but yes. Yay, looks great. They're going to be very, very different. There's no point in me making an entire level type if there's already a thing that's basically the same thing. So, just as an example, while this one, the current one, is a forest theme and hills, that sort of thing, a different one may be mountainous. So you'd have a lot of rocks and crags and that sort of thing, in it, and different types of trees and also a different type of terrain, very, very different. Another one might be snowy or volcanic or things like that. Yeah, so not if, but when, because it's definite, I am doing this. When I do make the other stages, they are definitely going to be quite different from each other. Wrong axes. Oh, right, of course. It was the correct axis. Right, let me just turn it like this a bit. Put that in there. Oh, that's not right. Something like, well, like this maybe? Yeah, that seems good. And I can always turn off the X-ray and look at it solidly in here. I mean, it looks good, but I want it further up the main branch. Maybe over here and then twist it a little bit. So, like this. Yes, I prefer that. Difficult too? Yes, some level types are going to be more difficult than others. Oh, cool! That was exactly the response I was hoping for. But with mountains, the tiles would always have to be flat on the borders. Not necessarily, because I may not use ground tiles. Yes, I may use the base hills of ground tiles, but then for the actual rock types, I may use 3D models, which I then place randomly, and they can intersect each other. That's fine, it's not an issue. So if I place those on the ground, on the terrain itself, then it doesn't need to be flat on the edges. So yeah, and having models for that is going to be nicer anyway, because it means I can have overhangs and things like that. I just need a good shader that works for modern operating systems, which basically projects grass onto the top of the rock and rock onto the sides. Yes. Not sure about how that would work out. Nice. Oh, nice. That'd be very nice. Yes, you said it twice and then thrice. With the grass projected from the top? Snap. Haha, hehe. Yes. Okay, so let's see. Where should the next one go? Let's put the next little branch over here on this big one. And actually, let's turn it around the other way. So what axes would this be? Actually, I'm going to use the... Where is it? Up here? I'm going to use the view axes, because then I can twist it around from how I'm looking at it, which is very interesting and useful. I have a feeling I say that quite often. Right. I'll have this, well, I'll have it a bit bigger, actually. I'll have it coming out here. Like this, sort of. Oh, that looks good. Maybe actually make the base a bit bigger. Sort of like that. And then I need to move this thing in a bit. Oops, not like that. Just like this sort of ish, like that. I remember you using that shader in Hauntwood Forest and Red Rock Valley. Yes, that was the shader that came with the Blacksmith demo for Unity, and maybe it still works. Maybe, hopefully. If it does, then I might use it for this as well. I'm not certain how efficient that shader was, though. So I would need to do more research for that first. Ghost Dimensions, thought so. What was that for? Yeah. Those were 2 levels in Ghost Dimensions. R. SW, Shardai's other Ghost game. I know. How far has he got with that one? The game itself is finished. However, it's been in that state for quite a few years, and since that time, my, what's the best way of saying it? My level of professionalism, basically, my skill in game making has improved so much that it just doesn't meet the standard that my games have now. So before I release that, because, I mean, yes, I could release it the way it is now. Well, not really, because because of Unity version changes and things like that. But I could release it the way it is now, but then it's not as good as it could be, for one thing. And it also, if that is the first game someone buys that I've made, then that is going to set the level of expectation. And with Ghost Dimensions, at least with some parts of it, it's still quite clear that that was made by someone who hasn't had that much experience with Unity yet. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's bad, because it isn't. It's actually quite good, I think. It just doesn't meet the standard that my games have usually. I don't want people to get the wrong impression if they buy that game first. Yes, that is the other reason. So, does that answer your question, Mr. W? Is that... No, that's not right. Looks a bit like pincers. It was pretty much finished, but as far as I know, he's planning on reworking it quite a lot. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I think Hauntwood Forest would require the least changes. It's perfect the way it was. I think you're right. I think Hauntwood Forest would actually need barely any changes. I think it's quite good too, Shadow's. Oh, very tense. Well, sometimes. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, but pincers probably. I remember I even got to model something for the last level. Yes. Hint. The model I made was the bathtub with the golden trumpet as the shower head. Yes, I remember that. Trumpet-ish shape. Yes. Let's see if I can just use this branch set again somewhere else. These two. Maybe in one of the lower ones. Maybe this one, actually. Is it this one? Yes, it is this one. Right, let me twist it. Let's put it in... Actually, I need to twist it like this as well. But on the plus side, it's barely lagging, which is probably why, because I've turned the X-ray off. There we go. And actually, let's change it up a little bit. Let's make it so that it is actually facing downwards, like a little bit of a claw. There you go, like that. That's nice. Yeah, you can see how much it lags now and how little it lags now. Good. How does it look from the ground? Yeah, that looks good. I'll need another branch coming off there. Let's see. Right, I'm gonna make another new one. If I can find the original branch I was using that wasn't bent. I think it was this one. Which one was it? Huh, I've lost it now. Oh no, this one is. This one. It was this one. Never mind, I found it. You can call off the lost and found gang. Right, so I need it to be on this branch. And yes, it does take quite a bit of practice to be able to manipulate 3D objects like this. I want it to be a bit of a bigger one, coming out nearer the base. So, somewhere like here maybe. Not extruded, scale it up, like this. And then move it up a little bit. Not great. I'll need to align it more to the actual direction of the branch for it to look better, I think. Something like this. I think the base needs to be a bit bigger. Like that. Yes, that looks better. And this needs, of course, branching branch. Let's just use... Well, let's use this one. Oops, that wasn't right. I had apparently not deselected the other thing before. Actually, let's twist it around like this. Which means that, yeah, the angle's gonna be wrong. Let's have it like this. And actually, why not? Let's do a little bit. Actually, I need to enable X-ray so that this works properly. Let's do it like this. Seems good. It's coming out a bit too far from the top. Need to move it down a little bit. Let me just quickly read chat. Oh, no. And I also remember the summoners. Oh, the summoners. Brrr. And the terror starts. The terror starts. Yes. Because the interesting thing about Ghosts and Mansions is that you can explore the entire level, all levels, the entire level, as much as you want, without anything chasing you. It's up to you to decide when things chase you. So you need to make sure that you're ready. If not, you can just explore the level a bit more, but you're never gonna feel completely ready. But you're gonna need to start anyway. So yeah, that's the interesting bit about it. It does look like a claw, yeah. The tree is like grrr. I'm just afraid of turning a summoner on, turning around, and a ghost being right there in my face. Well, the ghosts spawn from the summoner. So if it's the first one you've turned on, then it's gonna take a little while for a ghost to spawn. Miss W, it wouldn't be like that. Before you touch any of them, you've got all the time in the world to explore the map and layout. Yeah, but not the ghost. Ghosts. You'd have to have already touched another one for that to happen. I know. I said turning on a summoner, not the first one. Oh, right, that makes sense. Yes. Yeah, but that is the interesting bit. 'Cause they follow you, don't they? Of course they do. I mean, all good ghosts follow you. For example, just ask the one that's right behind you there. I'm sure it'll agree that all good ghosts follow. Not on social media, but actually you. They literally follow you, not just, you know what I mean. Yeah. They don't come out immediately though. So if you touch it, immediately walk away, you should be fine. Yeah, but if you turn one on and then they're already chasing you, that's true. You're in, say, a little cavern, and the switch and switch a summoner on in the end of the cavern, then you turn around and it's there, and you can't run. Yeah, you have to kite them a bit, but yes, that is the challenge of the game. That is the challenge of the game. Funny, you should mention a cavern. Genius. Oh dear. The most important thing with playing Ghosted Mansions is that you always have to keep a cool mind, which I admit isn't the easiest thing. XD. Not you as well. Not me what? As in Paradise. Alright. Don't do that to me, dude. Oh, you mean the thing about the ghost behind you? Alright, I won't mention it if I see another ghost behind you. I mean, I would like to know if there's a ghost behind me, but if you don't, suit yourself. Arg. Right. Oh, and we've gotten to 10 o'clock now. Tell you what, let's just add one more branch to this big one. And then I'll import it in Unity, and then that'll be the stream. It'll only take a minute or so. Like one here. Twist it like this. And, well, maybe not that much. Maybe twist it a little bit less. Maybe just like this. Oops, do not extrude that. That is not a good idea. Like this. No, undo. Yeah, that looks fine. Great. Now export, FBX. Got the right name still, export. I can close Blend, I won't need it today anymore. So let's just have a look at what it looks like. Yes, I mean, you can see this already looks so much better, doesn't it? I really like how this tree is turning out. And a lot of the branches, a lot of the ones up there don't even have the little branches still. Haven't made them yet, as you know. Just imagine it with a texture, and like with a bark texture, and with a little branch 2D texture around here as well. Oh, that'll look so good. Hopefully I can animate them as well without them lagging. Yeah, I mean, just look at this tree. Just look at how small this one is, and then look at how big this one is. There's just such a huge difference between this one here and this one here. This one is massive. Just look at how thick this is and how thin this is. Yeah, but this is really looking very good. I really like this. Right. Yes. Good. Actually, no, I want to look at the shadow. And yes, I can confirm the shadows look good as well. I mean, just look at that. It does look like fingers, doesn't it? Fingers reaching down to pluck at your little shoulder or tap you on the head. Yes. Okay, that's enough of that. So, let me just close down Unity, and actually I'll delete the Blend 1 things. Good. I'll close this as well. Go over to ready screen, and yes, just quickly read chat, then I'll do shoutouts. You know, the usual things that I do at the end of the streams. Oi, there's a ghost behind you. Oh, it's gone now. It's invisible, but I've got a strong feeling it isn't there anymore. Good. I mean, I can't even see it. Why would there be a ghost behind you? Oh, I don't... Yeah, of course there's not a ghost there. Why would there be? Ooh. Yes. Lovely. Indeed. Will you have made those little branches before the next Unity 3D stream? Maybe. Depends on how much time I have between streams to work on this. Nice. Because the thing is, I tend to do, well, I want to do more of the trial and error things off stream, which are a bit less interesting to watch. Oh, by the way, the thing from last stream, I fixed it with the little border between the items and the inventory with lineup. I fixed it, it's fine. Nice. I wish there were more roots at the bottom though. Yes. Although it might not look as creepy then, but maybe I'll add them. I'll experiment around with it. If they were, like, wider a bit, maybe. Oh yeah, that would be weird if the shadows still displayed the old model. It would, but I do know how to do that. Because in the mesh renderer, in Unity, you can select whether it either displays a shadow, displays a two-sided shadow, so if the other side of the other side that's not the normal side of the face displays a shadow, or if it doesn't display a shadow. So it could have the tree with a model that doesn't display a shadow and have another tree that's invisible, that doesn't have a material, invisible material, or yeah, I guess it, oh no, it could have a material, I could set the mesh renderer to only display shadows, so I could actually have the trees display the shadows from the other model, but I don't really know why I would do that. This stream will be Ghost Kived, the most newest of Carvivals. Thanks for the stream. Enjoyed the 1 hour I was here, lol. Well, I'm glad you were here as well. If you want, you can just look at the other half on the archive. Not saying you need to, because I do realize an hour is quite a lot of time, especially for an unedited thing like a stream to watch archive, but if you want to, you can. Indeed. Thanks, indeed, yeah, Shreddays. Oh yes, I remember that one creepy chair in Ghosted Mansions. I've got all about that. Haha, yes. That was so weird. Explain, please. Maybe next stream if you can. I'll explain in whispers. Okay. Yes, that's a good thing, because then it won't be spoiled. For all of you people who are watching this specific stream and who are going to buy Ghosted Mansions with that thing and then remember that it's a thing that was spoiled to you. Good. So, shoutouts quickly. So, Kangofango streams OMSI2 map building and Trains map building, and it's alternating that every Sunday. It's alternating it with Exploring Colorado in American Truck Simulator. This Sunday, so the Sunday which is the 6th of December, is going to be American Truck Simulator, which is quite interesting. Slavic Eagle and the Branded and Sweater Gaming are part, or the Branded K, are part of the Central Europe development team, which is a huge trains map simulating Central Europe. It's scaled down, but still huge. Slavic Eagle also streams other games like driving games, Transport Fever 2, that sort of thing. Branded also streams. I know I'm doing it quite long, the shoutouts, I've realized. Longer than usual. Anyway, yes, so have a look at them. Yes, interesting stuff. Probably. Interesting is subjective, so technically I can't really claim that in complete honesty, but interesting to me. So, this is funny. Mr. W says, Kango Fango, explain please, maybe next stream if you can. Mr. W, I'll explain in whispers. K, woo, XD, you've read it. Yay, very much looking forward to that. Thanks for the shout out. Bye. Yes. Bye. Oh, sorry, read chat. Thanks for the shout out. Have a nice day. I will definitely get more into ETS2 soon for the Carousel drives across Europe. Yes. Good. Bye. Yes. Bye. Toodle pip. Toodle pip to you too. Oh, that's fun to say. Toodle pip to you too. Toodle pip to you too. Toodle pip to you too. That's fun to say. Looking forward to that a lot. Bye. Hey, XD.